I can't believe I'm doing this. Alright. It's Kane's World! Kane's World! Party time! Excellent! Alright, excellent! Party on! Hey Twisters, it's Nick, and I'm here with another jersey unboxing. This is a jersey that I've had my eye on for a while now, and I thought that I was going to scoop it up through one retailer, but I found a pretty awesome deal on eBay, so I won the auction there, and I've acquired it, and I'm here to unbox it. Now, if you're new to the channel, I do jersey unboxings once in a while, so hit that red subscribe button down below for all things jerseys, hockey culture, and all that good stuff. Alright my friends, so, as you probably know, it's a Chicago Blackhawks jersey, and other than my San Jose Sharks, the Blackhawks are the team that I actually have the most jerseys for. At one point, I actually lived in Chicago, and if you see this right here, this is a Chicago Fire MLS jersey. I worked for the Chicago Fire in 2010 in the sales department, so I actually sold tickets there, and it was a fantastic experience. Chicago is a great city, and although I was in town when the Blackhawks swept my San Jose Sharks in the conference finals, I still have a lot of respect for that organization, and there's some great players along the way, like Marian Hossa, like Patrick Sharp, who, like Jeremy Roenick said, is an absolute beauty. Come on, let's be honest. But yeah, there is a fantastic commemorative jersey that I'm about to unbox here. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, this is through the auctions. This isn't through a Full Moon Jerseys or anybody like that on eBay. So I got pretty lucky. I paid with shipping, I think $40 or $41. And so I'm pretty impressed to have snagged this for such a good deal. It wasn't on my 20 jerseys that I aim to collect this year, I don't think. But nonetheless, I mean, this is definitely one that I've always wanted to have. It's quite a beaut. So without further ado, let's go ahead and tear into this. Check this out. This is gorgeous, and it's in great condition right here. I'm going to just marvel at this for a moment, then that way you can see the back. Absolutely beautiful. I love this. So, and if you're not aware, this is a jersey that the Blackhawks wore in the 1991-92 season. So they, along with the other 5 of the original 6 teams, wore these commemorative uniforms that kind of date back to classic original 6 era hockey. Oh, that was just my guitar there. And the Hawks, this uniform right here is from the, they wore this jersey from 1948 to 1951. Although they had a very similar style from 1937 until 1955. So after this, the Hawks then started wearing the jerseys that you're probably more accustomed to that kind of are based off of these designs here. You know, Bobby Hull and Stan Mikita and all of them, you know, were wearing those kinds of jerseys. So anyway, this is a great looking one. Unfortunately, they don't have the 75th anniversary patch here, but I might actually purchase one of those and stitch that on. This is beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and hold this up closer to the camera so you can see the quality of the logo, and then I'll go ahead and put this on too. Okay, so I'm really liking how this jersey looks on me. The fit, so basically, if you're looking to collect jerseys from an older era, I would buy a size up. So if you wear, for example, like a CCM medium from, you know, the current generation of jerseys, or maybe like a Reebok small, or even a Reebok medium, I would recommend buying a large in this case. So that's what I'm wearing here. It's not super long, but it's not all too baggy. It fits really well. And the seller has done a really nice job of keeping this jersey in good condition. The stitching, I'm very impressed with how that's held up over the years. And so yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, there's a little pull here, and a couple of minor flaws, but even so, I mean, this is much better than I even expected it would be. Again, $40 for a commemorative jersey like this, terrific deal, and I couldn't be any happier to have this in my collection. So, when the Hawks were playing in 1991-1992, that year they actually reached the Stanley Cup final. I think it was the first time in a few decades, if I want to say, where they had gotten back to the finals. Unfortunately, they were swept by the Pittsburgh Penguins, led by, of course, Mario Lemieux and Jaromir Jagr, but nonetheless, they had a really good season. So looking at hockeyreference.com, that year they got to the division round where they faced the St. Louis Blues, and they won 4-2 there, so they beat Brett Hull. And then the next round, they beat their other rival, the Detroit Red Wings, 4-0. So that's pretty impressive, especially before the Red Wings really, hit their stride and kind of established a dynasty there. Then against the Edmonton Oilers, the Hawks won 4-0 there. So they won their first 3 series, and 2 of them were sweeps. So very impressive, and then they were swept by the Penguins there. The Penguins, as you probably know, were back-to-back Stanley Cup champions in that decade. So looking at that team back then, who was on the Hawks? Leading scorer on the team was a 22-year-old Jeremy Roenick. 53 goals, 50 assists for 103 points. Steve Larmer was second on the team with 74 points. Hockey Hall of Famers Michel Goulet and Chris Chelios were just behind them. Also Brent Sutter, Brian Marchment and Stefan Matteau were a part of this team. In goal, we had Eddie the Eagle Belfour. He played 52 games that year. His record, though, was only 21, 18, and 10, so not the best numbers for Eddie the Eagle. However, he was backed up by none other than Dominik Hasek, who went 10-4-1 with a 2.6 goals against average. So Hasek was there to provide some much needed support and would go on to have a fantastic career after that too. And then in terms of the Blackhawks, when they actually wore this uniform, first of all, you probably noticed at that time they were still the Chicago Blackhawks. So it wasn't until later on that they actually compounded that into one word. Back in 1948, all the way through 1951, some of the Hockey Hall of Famers who were on that team included Roy Conacher, Doug Bentley, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong, but Bill Mosienko, Bill Gadsby, Bert Olmsted, Bud Poyle, also Frank Brimsick in goal. Anybody else that I'm missing here? Jack Stewart and Harry Lumley were also on the team then too. So yeah, that was the makeup of the Hawks, and that is about going to do it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you're enjoying the channel's coverage of hockey history and hockey culture. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite Blackhawks jersey is. Some people might like that Winter Classic that they had this past season. Some of you might like the other Winter Classics and Stadium Series. But other than the classic red and white, I'd say that this one's probably my favorite. I think it's an absolute beauty. And I think that the 75th anniversary jerseys were pretty well executed too. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up and hit that red subscribe button down below. If you're new to the channel, I'd like to see you in future videos. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for now. This has been Nick with Twisted Wrister Hockey. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you again soon. It's King's World! King's World!